Right guys, welcome to the video. In this video I'm going to show you how to speed up your computer / laptop. Let's say you've got a sluggish computer or a laptop that's struggling to start up, run any applications or games. I'm going to show you in this video how to clear that and hopefully improve your computer's performance, and also help people that already have a decent computer but want to boost maybe FPS or performance in game. I've got a pretty decent setup now, but this video is to help some of you out there that are struggling to run games or applications. So I'm going to go over a few steps in no particular order. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is go to your startup and disable anything you don't want to start up when your computer turns on. So you want to go down here on your search bar. I'm using Windows 11 by the way, and you want to go to System Configuration. Here it is. You want to open this. You want to go to Startup. So the fourth one along, go to Open Task Manager. You could click Control Shift Escape to open this up. Essentially, you want to come to where all your apps are starting up. Let's make this full screen. So go to status, and then you can see here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 apps starting up, so it's hardly anything. Let's say I didn't want to have Jagex launcher starting up, I can disable that. I can disable Steam starting up, but I want to keep these. These are the things I kind of want to keep, so I'm not going to be changing this in this video. You might have loads of stuff enabled affecting your startup performance and time. You want to just disable that, so we'll come out of that now. I'll show you. You might have to restart your computer afterwards, but yeah, there's that way. Okay, step number 2, check for any updates for Windows. So you want to go check for updates in the search bar. Here look, I've got some driver updates I need to do. So you want to make sure that you download any Windows updates. This is important to keep all your software up to date. Another thing is here, you can go advanced. You can go, where is it? You can manually select when you want to update your Windows drivers so that it's not running in the background. So you could have this like on a Saturday or on a timer. For me, I'm just setting it as this for now, but I'm gonna change it back to automatic just for the sake of this video. But you can change that manually so it's not running in the background. Right, Windows Update. So that was step number 2. Come out of that. Right, step number 3. You want to go to your search bar once again. Type in msconfig. So system configuration again. You want to open this. You want to go to boot, advanced options. Here we have, okay. Now for you it might be different, but in my case you want to check these 2 boxes, and you want to click the select button here in the drop down. I have 16 cores on my CPU, so I want to be utilizing all of those. So you want to scroll down and click your max cores. So I've got 16 in my CPU. Your CPU might be different. You might have a 4-core CPU, 8-core, and here on the right you want to make sure you want to be using all your RAM potential. So unclick and then just make sure that's clicked. I've got 32 gigabytes of RAM. So let's say you had 16,000, that would be 16 gigabytes of RAM. You might want to check this before you edit it, but you want to make sure this is selected and you're using your max number. You want to click OK, apply, and then OK. Now it will ask you to restart your computer. I would recommend doing this, but maybe after you've done the other steps. Okay, step number 4. You come to your search bar again. You type in run. Here, you want to click on run. You want to click temp Okay, I've already done this, but you would have a load of files in here. You want to select them all. You can press Control Alt A and then delete, and delete all your stuff in the temporary files. So when you're running your PC, you may have lots of build up of temporary files as you're searching the internet and browsing the web. Another command you want to do is go to run. So we're still on step 4. You want to go to run %temp%. Click OK. Search for this. You want to click Control A to select all. Delete. Then you want to skip and just try and delete everything you can. So, but these won't delete. But yeah, they're all your temporary files. You want to get rid of them. They're just built up over time, and it will clog your system and make everything slow. So you make sure you keep on top of that. Next, you want to go back to run in the search bar. Here you want to go prefetch. Again, you want to click Control A. This is step number 5. Delete. There you go. Delete some more temporary files from the system. Okay. The next step I want to show you is actually a antivirus software that is very useful. So here we got Malware Bytes. I'll put the link in the description. It's a free download. And essentially you want to download Malware Bytes. So you want to install. So you want to install it for you, if it's just you. I'm going to skip this step. But you want to, once this is installed, you want to scan for any viruses, any malware, and it will help keep your system safe, and it's free. Again, I'll leave the link in the description below. This is step number 6, again in no particular order. I'm just trying to give you some steps to improve your system's performance. Right, so it's just installing. Done. Open Malware Bytes. Alright, you don't have to buy it. You can continue with a free trial. And here you can start a scan for antivirus. And there you go. It will leave that run, and it will scan through your system and detect any threats. As you see, I'll let you know when it's done. Okay. Step number 7. Again, back to the search bar. Type in power, edit power plan, or choose power plan. So we'll go to power plan here. So you can save some energy by doing this, but you want to come to change advanced power settings. Here you want to, instead of it being on power saver or balanced, you want to keep it on high performance active. This makes sure you're utilizing all of your computer's resources, and it's running at full potential. So that's okay. That's another step. Okay. Step number 8. You want to go to search bar, Windows, Advanced, System Settings. So you want to go to Control Panel. Where is it? Search for Control Panel. You want to go to System and Security. You want to go to System. So this is my specs here. So I've got an 8-core processor with 16 cores, essentially clocked at 4.7 gigahertz. This is all just extra information here. Windows 11, 32 gigabytes of RAM. But yeah, you want to come down here. So your system, about, advanced system settings is what you're looking for. Now here is a really big setting that can help older computers gain performance. You want to come over to advanced, so advanced system settings. Now you want to come to performance. Now I've selected two boxes here: show thumbnails instead of icons, smooth edges on screen fonts. When you first come on this setting, it will be let Windows choose what's best for my computer. Now I wouldn't recommend this. I wouldn't recommend this because it's using more resources. You could go adjust for best performance, but it just makes Windows look pretty bad. And you want to see your thumbnails. You want to smooth edges of screen fonts. So apply this. It should load. Just click OK. OK. Come out of that. And there we go. Right. Step number 9 is your graphics settings. You want to make sure you're using your graphics card and it's being used and updated regularly. So you want to come to graphics settings, and then you want to come to change default graphics, and you want to make sure you're using your graphics card here. So mine's the RX 9700 XT. Hardware accelerated GPU. So you want to improve this, so you want to have this on. Optimize for Windows games. Make sure this is on, okay? Another thing you want to do is, while we're on the topic of graphics, is you want to make sure you've got auto updates on your graphics card. So I'm AMD, you could be NVIDIA. I don't know how people pronounce it differently, but you want to make sure that your graphics card is up to date. So for me, I have mine on automatic updates, so everything should be installed. Manage updates. Up to date. Chipset drivers up to date. So this is all up to date. I could get AMD software extensions, but I don't need that. So yours could be NVIDIA, where you need to check that your drivers are up to date. Alright, that's all done. Your graphics is up to date and it's selected. Okay, what else? So we got step number 10 is background apps. So you want to go to apps, so settings, apps, I'm trying to find back. There should be a way to find background apps. Installed apps. So here you can see what is taking up the most size, and anything that you don't want to have installed you can delete. Just bear in mind that you don't want to delete anything important, so you might have to look this up, but any games, any apps that are taking up too much space, you can just click uninstall. But yeah. Okay. Alright, another good way to speed up your computer is if you go to this PC or my computer. So you want to go to settings, home, my PC. I'm trying to find this now. If you want to, actually, yeah, so come to File Explorer, this PC. Here it is. So where you've got in, Windows installed, you want to do Tools, Manage Apps, Apps, Manage Apps. So here you can see what is taking up the most size, and anything that you don't want to have installed you can delete. Just bear in mind that you don't want to delete anything important, so you might have to look this up, but any games, any apps that are taking up too much space, you can just click uninstall. Now you want to go to properties, and you want to go to, there should be a way for disk cleanup. So you can optimize your C drive. Right. Let's just check my malware bytes. So as you can see, I've had it running in the background, no threats, so it's all good. But yeah, you can from here you can disk clean up. Good way to delete any files you don't want. Again, reduce anything clogged on your system. Alright, so once you've done all that, it's always good to clear your recycling bin. So you want to come to search bar, recycling, was it recycle bin, Control A, so anything you don't want in the recycle bin, you want to make sure you clean this up. There we go. So we can close that. We can close malware bytes. We're done with that. I'm trying to think what else. All right. So step number 12. I'd say here I've got a background. I'm using Wallpaper Engine. You can get some pretty cool backgrounds here. But this is taking up resources. Even if you have a say just a background that you're using off the internet, it can still, you know, use up a lot of resources on your PC. So best thing to do is just keep it a standard color instead of like all the graphics and all the fancy stuff. You'd want to just keep it plain. Like, it's cool to have, say for instance, a muscle car as your background, but this is using your graphics, your drivers. So for me, I've just got a plain black background. Every little helps to boost your FPS. Right, so I think they're all the software steps that I could think of to improve your computer. Now I just want to mention the hardware stuff that you could do. So essentially your PC might be old and a bit out of date, so the only other way you could speed up your computer is through the hardware, actually physically upgrading your system. So for me, I've got a pretty good computer. System information. So, you know, I've got 16 logical processors. I've got 31 gigabytes of RAM, and Windows 11 Pro. So the only other way you could speed up your computer is physically upgrading it with hardware. So get a better, more RAM installed, get a better CPU, motherboard, graphics card, and this will improve your frames per second in game, startup time, just responsiveness, and general overall speed and efficiency. Okay. Now, once you've done all these steps, I don't think there might be something that I may have missed, but these steps will definitely help improve your system overall and help to reduce the time it takes to load up. But literally, the only thing left to do now is, once you've done all those steps, is to Control-Alt-Delete and restart your system. And everything you've done, all the steps there, it should take into place after it's restarted. This should help boost your performance, like I said. Appreciate if you stuck to the end of the video. It would be great if I get a like, comment and subscribe if you want to see some more content, and just putting this out there to see if I can help anyone and increase your system's performance. Alright, that is it. Catch you guys in the next one.